Hey, what's up everybody? Dina Rae here. Most of you know me as a singer-songwriter. What you may not know is for the past several years, I've been working as a vocal engineer and vocal producer for will.i.am and the Black Eyed Peas and several other artists. I've done singles for Lauren Warigi, India Love, and many more. I've also been doing a lot of sync and television and film licensing, so you could also hear me on your favorite reality show. Today, I wanted to review this wonderful Chris Brown Breezy album. All right, let's start with track 1, Till the Wheels Fall Off, produced by Rockstar, featuring Lil Durk and Capella Gray. If you are familiar with Chris's formula, he's always got a dramatic, very intense intro, and that's exactly what Rockstar gave us on this one. It's actually really, really dope, and Rockstar did his thing. Chris Brown even made a reference in there to Travis Scott, how they didn't like how they were doing them. So basically it's about how everyone's trying to take him down and overcoming that. So I give this record definitely an 8.5 or a 9 star. All right, let's get into track 2, called C.A.B, Catch a Body. You got Fivio Foreign featured on that, and I believe it's produced by Nels. So yeah, Fivio is always rapping over those really heavy heavy bass beats, and Chris pretty much adopted that sound for this, which I'm really feeling. It's a mid-tempo. They're talking about being out at the club and they want to catch a body, talking to chicks and how they're going to take them down. It's definitely a sexy song, and I give it a 7.5. All right, track 3, called Pitch Black, featuring additional vocals by Anderson .Paak, which is real special. We have a mid-tempo to a little bit on the slower side. You can definitely ride out to this. He's talking about falling in love in the pitch black leather. I like how the arrangements on the melodies, on the harmonies are going in the background. I like whoever vocal produced this, but of course, Chris Brown, you know, has all the ultimate vocal producers and writers surrounding him. That's why these albums come out so phenomenal. I would give this record a 7.5. You know, the other ones maybe were a little bit more exciting, but this is definitely still vibey and still feeling this. So track 4, Possessive. This is featuring Young Blue and Lil Wayne. Young Blue comes in singing through that heavy auto-tune. I'm just kind of wondering when this is going to play out. I know it's been going strong for a minute. That's the sound right now. I get it. I have to record people like that a lot in the studio. They want that heavy auto-tune on their voice. But I'm personally getting a little bit tired of it. The hook, however, he sings is super catchy. The hook is great. The star on this particular track is Lil Wayne. He absolutely murdered his verse. The verse is really dope. Beat is cool. It's a mid-tempo. It's definitely a bop. But again, I'm a little bit over that whole like heavy auto-tune sound. The hook is really good. Wayne definitely shines through on here, and I will give this record a 7. Okay, so Addicted, track 5, featuring Lil Baby. The track is intense. There's definitely an intensity to it. Lil Baby starts it off kind of gunning out with his sing rap through the auto-tune stuff again. It starts off cool, and then he kind of loses me, I'm gonna be honest. And then Chris comes in, and it just like, whoo, like the rainbow comes out, the arrangements, it gets big, and then he does his whole C.A.B thing. So I actually started liking the track more as it progressed. Super catchy, of course. All his hooks are very catchy. So I'm gonna give this one overall a 6.5. Just because it drags in the beginning a little bit. Lil Baby's verse is just not that impressive to me. I liked it at first, and then it just kind of started feeling like a run-on sentence. All right, on to the next. Okay, so I've never actually been in a session with Chris Brown before. What I hear is that he basically brings in a whole bunch of writers. They do these writing camps, and that's how he winds up with so much material, because I'm sure he's just bombarded with so much talent material, and he winds up with these really big bodies of work. So for example, the next song, number 6, Call Me Every Day, featuring Wizkid, you'll see a writer's credit on there as well from Rockstar, even though it's produced by Blaze Beats. This is an Afro-Caribbean beat. It's got that vibe. It's very current. It's catchy. It's islandy. It's summery. I do like this saxophone solo that comes in towards the end. I actually saw Chris release some choreography to the sax section, and it's definitely a vibe. So I'm gonna give this joint an 8.5, definitely. Okay, moving on. This is one of my favorite collabs on the album, Her, and the song is called Closure. From the Indigo album, they had a song called Come Together, and it is giving me similar vibes, but they blend so well together. Their vocals complement each other, and I will say my favorite lyric in the song is the hook, fuck your closure. So we'll leave it on that note, and I'm gonna give that an 8.5. Moving on to number 8, this is Need You Right Here featuring Bryson Tiller. Rockstar produced it, once again, giving us the drama in the intro, which I love, and then the bounce and the beat, kick start coming in. It's a nice bop. Bryson Tiller's verse, a little bit boring. I expected a little bit more from him. I am a Bryson Tiller fan. However, Chris Brown's voice on the hook, they did like a little, I don't know if it's a pitch shift or something, but he's giving me Gavion vibes, his tone. They definitely did something with his voice, which sounds pretty cool. It's a nice little bounce track. So I'm gonna give this joint an 8, and let's move on to the next one. Okay, so number 9, Sex Memories with LMA. I do like this collab. Once again, they did a song on Indigo, I believe, called Whatchamacallit. That was a great song. This song is pretty explicit with sex talk. It's definitely a sexual healing type of record. I can feel the chemistry between them. Am I completely sold on the song? It's cool. It's actually bringing back some melodies from the previous album, not their song, but I hear familiar melodies weaved into this album, actually, from the Indigo album. If you're a lyric and melody person, you will pick up on that. I don't mind recycling melodies because sometimes it just works. But this song is cool, not one of my favorites. I'm gonna give it a 6.5. Just because I really like LMA and I do like their work together. It's just not the greatest song to me. Okay, so track 10 is a bounce. I really like this track. One of the producers is Andre Proctor. This is featuring someone named ESTG, who actually sounds like Jadakiss. He sounds really dope. I like the instrumentation. I like the bounce of the beat. I like the way Chris is riding the beat. And then when EST comes in, his voice has got that deep, raspy shit. So it added a lot of dimension and flavor to this beat. So I'm definitely going to give this record a 7.5. Okay, next track, number 11, Psychic featuring Jack Harlow. This is produced by somebody named Preem, and I saw a co-write credit for Ryan Leslie. For some of you old school heads who know who Ryan Leslie is, that was a surprise to see him on there. Now, this definitely sounds like a commercial hit. It's definitely a single. It's got a bounce. The hook is really, really catchy. She's a psychic and I like it. It's super simple, super catchy. Jack Harlow does his thing on there. He's pretty cool. So overall, yeah, I give this song an 8 just because of its commercial viability. And I would say like the first 11 songs so far, they don't drift tempo wise too much. I mean, some are a little bit slower than the others, but so some are a little slower than the others, but I feel like there's like a mid tempo theme kind of going on, and I'm wondering in the second half of the album, is it gonna slow down, is it gonna speed up? So I guess we're gonna find out. So the last track on the first half of this album, number 12, is called Show It, featuring Blessed. I love the arrangement on this song, especially towards the end. The vocals get really angelic and melodic, and they're all over the place and they're flying around. Really like how they did that. I do like Blast a lot. He's a cat from LA, and he tends to sound the same on all his tracks, but I almost don't mind it because you just know that's him. It's kind of his signature. We're looking at another slow to mid-tempo song. The beat is sexy. It's a typical Chris Brown slow jam, sex appeal, choreography, the girls dancing upon him, you know, visual. That's what I see, at least when I imagine the show. But it's a good joint. It's pretty dope. I'm gonna give it a 7.5. So clearly, Chris has given us an extremely lengthy album. I believe it's 24 tracks, and he just dropped a deluxe version as well. So I don't know how many more tracks this is, but because it is so long, we are only gonna do the first half. If I have time or you guys really want the next one, I'll do the second half, but I got a whole bunch of stuff I'm working on with the new project for the summer, and I just wanted to leave you guys with that. I think overall, this album is an 8.5 to a 9 for me. There's a lot of bangers on here. I enjoyed all the features, the instrumentation, some great writing, a lot of guest writers. If you go through the credits, you'll see there are multiple writers on each song. So it definitely takes a team to get a project like this together. I think that's something that a lot of people don't realize, is sometimes there's like 10, 15 writers on one song, you know? But again, when you're dealing with someone like Chris Brown, who's as talented as he is, you've got all the best and access to all the most talented people around you. So that's what it is. Leave your comments below and let me know what you want me to talk about next, all right? Purple Diva out.